I forget, but guys, this is going to be such an amazing, amazing training. Not only is it the training for tonight, but we have a week full of jam-packed trainings for you to help you set up for boom season. So woo! Everybody raise your hands for that. I want y'all to give me your energy. I want the chat to be blowing up from this. I want all of your cameras to be on so that we can all get each other's energy and be so fired up from this. So we have a Zoom every single night this week from tonight to Friday night at 8 Central Standard Time on this code. The password's coffee. It's a lot of Zooms, but it's a lot of really freaking amazing training that you're not going to want to miss. And so we've got all 5 of us top leaders, our top income earners. We're all, killing it in our business right now, and we wanted to share that with you and share that energy with you. And so basically what preseason is, what we're doing, the purpose of this is to set you up for what January, February, March, the beginning of the year is going to look like for you. And I want to know how many of y'all are brand new in the business this month. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're brand new this month, or let's even say October and November. So if you joined in either October or November, look at all these numbers. There's so many newbies on here. So y'all could not be on a better Zoom, because we really wanted to do this because we know that all of you, how many of y'all are veterans on here? You've been in the business a little while. You know what boom season is like. Okay, let's drop a 2 if you've been around in a January, February, March, if you've been around at the beginning of a year. Lots of 2s. You know exactly what I'm talking about when you know what happens at the beginning of the year. Okay, and some of y'all newbies are like, what happens? Oh my gosh, like what am I about to find out? It's just a crazy, crazy time in our business. And so we're going to teach you exactly how to set yourself up for that. We're going to basically just be really freaking hyped tonight, and I'm really excited. And so I'm going to give you all just a quick agenda, and we're going to jump right into this because it's going to be action-packed. But Monday night is going to be locker room chat. It's going to be goal setting, dreaming with Kelsey Thornton. We're going to do Tuesday play talk. We're going to be talking about charting and goals and how exactly to set out what your promotions are going to look like at the beginning of the year and what you can do now to set yourself up for that. We're going to have a tunnel run on Wednesday, and we're going to be doing all sorts of game planning and working, and we're going to do some power hours this week as well, which is going to be super fun. And then Thursday, we're going to do in the game, what it's going to actually look like for you as a leader to actually be, working towards that promotion. And then Friday, we're going to be doing an amazing enroll-a-thon to where all those seeds you planted all this week, all the people that you've talked to, we're going to show you how to actually put those people in the system. And we're going to be rewarding y'all for the work that you're doing. So your goal this week is to get as many seeds planted as you possibly can and take the resources and tools that we give you so that when boom season comes around, you're seeing commas in your paycheck, you're seeing promotions in your downline, and you are building a business that you could have only dreamed of because of the decisions you made right now to set yourself up for it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. We're going to start with Ambassador Diamond, Kelsey Thornton. You should be able to unmute yourself, friend, and take it away.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am so excited. I'm literally shaking. I was telling the girls that are co-hosting with me, I'm like, you guys, I don't even get nervous before Zooms. I don't even know if I'm nervous or I'm just way too excited for this. I have my husband's basketball jersey on, and I'm just here for it. I'm like, he's like, lines don't go under your eyes with basketball. I'm like, it's fine, okay? It's actually fine. Just relax. Okay. So, but I'm here, but first I really want to pray. I want to pray over this Zoom real quick, just because I feel like with Jesus, just in addition to all the hypeness that's happening right now, like it's about to be crazy. So dear Lord, we just want to come to you tonight and thank you so much for the excitement. Thank you so much for the vision that you have planted in each person who's on here. Whether some of those visions are buried deep or whether some of them are right at the surface, Lord, I just thank you for those visions. I ask that each person right now just has an open mind and an open heart to receive whatever it is that you have them right here, right now for, because we know that you have created them for such a time as this. Have each one of us who's speaking tonight speak something directly into the souls of the people who are on here so that they can leave this Zoom not just inspired, but changed from the inside. We love you so much, Jesus. We know that everything we do is in your name and for your glory. And we never want to forget that without you, none of this would be possible. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, you guys, I'm way too hyped for this. Like I don't even know if any of my words are going to make sense because I'm just so excited. So here's the thing, you guys. Have you guys ever heard that quote? And if you haven't, I want you to write this down. Summer bodies are made in the winter. Summer bodies are made in the winter. Okay. And what that means is that you don't get into the summer and already having a summer body because you did nothing in the winter. Everything you did for the summer body is done in the winter. It's the same thing in our business, okay? Every single thing that you do in this season right now is going to set you up for the type of year that you will have come 2021. Because where you're at right now in your business, whether you like it or not, where you're at right now in your health, whether you like it or not, is not a result of what you want. It's a result of what sacrifices you were or you weren't willing to make. All of us want success. All of us want big paychecks. All of us want good bodies. All of us want that. But are we making the sacrifices that are necessary in order to make those things happen? Okay, I actually want to start off and I want to actually give you really hard numbers. And I know each of us are going to kind of do this, but I had actually never done this before. I've been in the business 5 years and I have no idea why I never have done this before, but I'm shook after looking at these numbers. I am actually way hyped about these numbers. Okay, let me explain. I want you guys to write this down because I don't want you to forget it or be like, I don't remember what she said, because there's going to be a time where you're going to be like, can I do this? And you're going to go back and you're going to look at these numbers that each of us say. December 2015, my first December in the business, my paycheck was $23.66 and my volume was 34,000. March, my paycheck jumped 4,000 to 63. From December to March, and my volume jumped 50,000. Okay, let's go to December of 2016. My paycheck was around 6,000 and my volume was about 60,000. Listen to this. In March 2017, my paycheck went from 5,000 in December, 3 months later, 4 months later in March, $17,871. I'm going to say that again, $17,871 in March. My volume was 153,000. That is 100,000 volume increase. Okay, December 2018. My paycheck was at 16,000. My volume was about 150,000. This is where I really crapped my pants a little bit. March 2019, so 3 or 4 months later, my paycheck was at 31,917. My paycheck went from $15,967 to $31,000. Insert income disclosure statement, please, somebody. Okay. Listen, that's in for 1 month. 31,000. My volume, my paycheck doubled over the course of 3 months. And my volume jumped 200,000. My volume was 348. And obviously, let me tell y'all, this is obviously a big part of the amazing freaking team that I had. Okay, like this is not me pulling in 340,000 volume. Okay, let me just get this twisted and give them a big shout out because my team is the best. Okay, and all of us would go to bat, be like our teams are the best. Okay, but I think that at the end of the day, that you guys, we all have to realize that what is possible. And when I look at these numbers, it shows me how freaking capable I am again. Like sometimes I even forget, we as leaders forget that, oh my gosh, all of this stuff, dang, I've already done this. Why does any mountain that you are facing, that I'm facing, seem big? You can do this. I'm nobody special, y'all. All I did was make sacrifices. And sacrifices is like a dirty word in our culture. And what I'm here to tell you is it's not. It's not. It is actually one of the most amazing things that you can do, because what it shows is that you have priorities. And yes, it's an investment of your time. And a lot of times, if you don't want to say sacrifice, maybe you like the thing trade-off, but a lot of the times what you're trading for, you didn't even need anyways. You didn't need anyways. I'm going to tell you all the time that I would have spent watching Netflix, right? But instead I was working my business. Guess what? It was worth the $31,000. I would have done it again. I would do it again. I'll do it again, right? And so I think that we all have to consider that, but it's harder to do that in the moment. One thing I want you guys to know is that if everything in this season right now, and I want you to consistently remind yourself of this in this season, if everything in this season right now feels under control, you're not going fast enough. You're not going fast enough. This will never be, you will literally never feel under control in your business if you're working it right. I was just telling my team this right now on my Instagram messages. There's 64 message requests right now that I haven't gotten to. There's hella influencer applications I haven't opened. You should always be building your business. Stop managing it. Stop managing it. If there's one thing that I will tell you in this season right now, always be planting. ABP, it needs to be like my new motto, ABP, always be planting. Always be planting. Always be planting before you even respond to any messages. If you wake up that next morning and you have all these inbox messages and you're like, I'm so overwhelmed, my OCD is taking control. No, go send out new messages, because you want to have that same problem tomorrow when you wake up and the next day when you wake up, because it's not a problem. It's a business. That's what should happen, right? It's bad if it feels like, oh my God, well, I responded to everybody. No, bro. No. If you've responded to everybody, you have no new seeds planted. So stop doing that. Go build. Always be planting. Those messages will still be there in your inbox when you get back. That's the number one thing I can tell you. You will never, ever, ever regret working too hard during this season in your business. Never. There's never been one time I looked at somebody like, oh, I really wish that I wouldn't have worked so hard during that time. My $31,000 paycheck in my bank account didn't feel bad about that, right? The savings account that helps with my kids' college, I didn't feel bad about that. No, ma'am. Nope. The other thing I wrote down that I really wanted to talk about is that people can't follow a parked car. People can't follow a parked car. And we're going to kind of get into this tomorrow when we do the vision stuff, but I really need you guys to think, and I wanted you to write these numbers down. And as you hear all these leaders tonight speak of what happened in their business, I want you to start writing down, keep looking at these numbers and write down, what do I want my story to look like? When I get on this Zoom next year, now I'm hosting a Zoom exactly like this with my team next year. What are my numbers going to say? Because if you don't know where you're going or have a vision, then people can't follow you. People can't follow you. You're not going anywhere. And so it doesn't mean that you're like, oh, I know exactly on this date and at this time and when the volume's going to come in and how it's going to happen. No, none of us know that. None of us knew that when all of this stuff happened. But what I'm here to tell you is that you have to know where you are going, because all success is going from failure to failure to failure to failure to I messed up. Okay, I got to fix it. Okay, I messed up here. It's without losing your enthusiasm. If you will sense one thing in common between all 5 of these people on here tonight, we're excited. We got dressed up in jerseys, bro. Like Shay's in her cheerleading outfit. Okay. Like somebody has a helmet on. That person is going to ambassador, whoever has that helmet on. I am claiming it for that person. Okay. Because here's the thing is that if you can go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm, you are a winner. That is what happens when you go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm, because eventually you will find success. But when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. It's too late to prepare if the opportunity's already come. So what am I doing right now that is right for tomorrow? What am I doing right now that is right for tomorrow? Because here's the thing, is that people don't follow titles and positions. They don't. People don't follow me because I'm an ambassador. There's plenty of other ambassadors, right? Now, is an ambassador a good evidence for my work ethic? Yes, it is. But there's a lot of other ambassadors. But here's the thing, is that people don't follow titles and positions. What they follow is courage. They follow people who, in spite of darkness, they have the courage to continue. And not only courage to continue for themselves, but courage to encourage other people to continue during it. Right? So when you feel like, oh my gosh, well, like it's December, there's a lot to do, I don't know, have courage, just go. Just go. Everybody has the same freaking life happening, right? We all have Christmas, we all have Hanukkah, I don't know, whatever you celebrate, we all have stuff going on. There is a bunch of life happening for everybody. But my question to you is, what will you look back in March and say, I am so glad I did that? And then come this time next year, you're going to be hosting a Zoom for your team, telling them what changed after you watched this Zoom and how you prepared. Okay, I'm done. Cut me off because I feel like I'm like on my time.
I was gonna say, guys, think back to school. When you think about football teams, they have two-a-days, right? When they're in off season, they got two-a-days. Why? Because they're working double effort to make sure that when those games come, that they win. And I guarantee you, not a single time in the history of ever has a team ever won a football game and say, dang, I wish we would have done one-a-days instead. Not a team out there. There's no such thing. All right, Kim, take it away, sister.
Oh my gosh, I had to take out my hoops for this one. I think I might like get off of my seat. I'm going to stand up, I think. I'm purposely wearing a sweatshirt right now, guys, because I'm like, I want to feel the heat. I want to feel it from you guys. So oh gosh, I don't like the spotlight view. Hang on. Let me just change it on my end. That gets weird. Okay, here we go. So something that I want you guys to be extra certain about and just have that affirmation about is that every single one of you guys are on one of the fastest growing teams within It Works Global right now. That's why we strategically put these leaders together. That's why we did this, because we know where we're going and our vision is so strong for 2021, guys. And we're taking the people who want to come with us. We've been around this kind of season in preseason for multiple years, you guys. We've been doing this for a long time. So we know what preseason's like. Now we just have a name for it. It's called preseason and we're all like jacked up over it. I mean, maybe not. Cheyenne's not jacked up. She's wearing a cheerleading outfit, but I feel like I'm jacked up right now. You guys, we've been doing this for so long now, years and years through preseason, and we want to make sure that we just got all of the fastest growing teams together and made sure that you guys had the mindset that we do, that we are going somewhere and we're going somewhere fast. And, throughout previous preseasons, what happens is you either come or you don't, and we can't force that on you. We have large teams, you guys, and the people that are showing up are the ones that are in our inboxes, the ones that are showing us their chart, giving us their dreams for 2021, doing their KPIs, holding each other accountable in our inboxes, showing up to Zooms like this, you guys. I'm so proud of you. And I just want you to know that you are going places with us if you choose to continue to show up. And I love what Kelsey said about just having enthusiasm from failure to failure. All of you guys playing big, those are going to be the people that go hard with us in 2021 for that first quarter. And I want you to think about growth in a sense where it's not black and white. Growth is not just going to happen overnight where your E-suite's going to change from one number that Kelsey said to that next number. It takes tiny little pieces of growth that come from right now to where you want to go, from your point A to point B. And, I love seeing all of your faces that are engaged, that are looking at me, that have their phones down and stuff, because I know that you guys are the ones that are just trying to feel that energy and trying to feel like, okay, well, what do I need to get from where I am right now to where I'm going? And I don't want you guys to be so hard on yourself, because we're going to have crap days, you guys. You're not going to feel like doing the things some days. It happens. But that is where you learn your lessons and that's where you grow. And there's never going to be one point where you look back in preseason, when we're in the boom and we're in quarter one and we're playing the game, that you're never going to look back and say, because of this one moment or this one message or this one post that I did or this one day that I did my KPIs or my tasks, that's why I am where I am right now. And that's where your discipline comes in, you guys. So I want you to write discipline in the chat, as many times as you need to personally hear it. Like, get it out there. Feel it in your heart, feel it in your body, feel it in your stomach, to where you almost feel like you embody discipline. Say it multiple times. Discipline. Discipline December is what we're going to call it, okay? Say December. Put December in the chat. Discipline December. Discipline December. And every single day, you are going to wake up and you're going to say, I am disciplined. You're going to leave whatever happened yesterday in yesterday. You're going to leave whatever happened in November in the past. Anything that happened in 2020, you are leaving it from this moment on, okay? So you're going to get off this Zoom and you're going to say, I'm disciplined, I'm doing the things, and it does not matter who I was yesterday or a minute ago or last month or last week or what my e-suite says. It's all about going forward. And that's why the leaders here that are on this Zoom right now are where we are in our businesses, because we don't look backwards. We freaking look forward and where we're going. And that being said, I did want to share some of my numbers with you because it's been insane. This is my favorite season. I love Q4 because I always say on my Zooms, it separates the boys from the men. It separates the people that are going to be sitting on the bench to the people that are in the game, however you want to look at it. And when you're consistent and you're disciplined in the fourth quarter, you guys, this is what can happen to your business. Listen to this. December 2017, we're taking it back a couple years, okay? December 2017, I was paid as a diamond, you guys, at less than 25,000 in volume, team sales. March 2018, so just 90 days later, my volume was 62,000. You guys, it more than doubled and I was a strong ass triple. I was a strong triple, you guys, moving forward, because I stayed disciplined in December, because I decided to leave the past in the past and focus on where I'm going. Listen to this next one. December 2018, 59,000 in sales. And I know some of you guys are new. You don't even have a brain cell for this yet, but just hear this out. 59,000 in sales, December 2018. March 2019, 90 days later in Q1, 143,000 GV as a strong ass presidential diamond, you guys. And that's that. That's preseason for you. That's what it is when, I know Morgan's going to talk on consistency and stuff. That's what it looks like when you're consistent, when you follow the trends of the company, when you follow the leader and the person that is going somewhere. So shed all that energy and the accountability partners that you have that are holding you back. Shed the dead leaves off. Fall has come and gone. We're in winter right now. Like, shed those leaves. Fall is gone. Shed the leaves of anything you need to rid of the energy in your life. And a lot of that is probably people, and attach yourself to people who are going to grow like crazy in Q1. And you guys know who that is. You're looking at 5 of us right now. Attach yourself to us and run with us. Because I'm telling you right now that you're not going to want to get left behind. I've seen it happen so many times. And again, we can't do the work for you. We can inspire you and we can show up for you and we can lead from the front for you, but it's up to you on your end. How bad do you want it? How big do you want your explosion? Because I'm telling you right now, you guys, this Q1, getting close. Hang on, can we get in close? I do this with my team all the time. Can we get in close so like I know like we're listening? Dane, thank you. Thank you everybody that's playing big. Thank you everybody that's playing big. I want to see like the pores in your nose. Okay, you guys, Q1 this quarter is like seriously going to be the biggest Q1 we've ever had in our life. Honestly, think about the, you know what 2020 was. I curse on my Zooms, but I can't because there's 500 people on this one. There's going to be a lot of people watching the Zoom, but think about 2020 and where everybody in their life was. Something tragic happened to every single one of us in 2020. Whether it was your mindset that was a tragedy or something that was physical that was a tragedy, you don't know. You don't know. Everybody went through it in 2020. And so yes, naturally, okay, you can back up. I'm sweating. I feel like your energy. I feel your heat. I feel your heat over here. I feel your heat. You want to be the first person that people think of December 30th. Well, we're announcing stuff on the 29th, but you want to be the first person people think of on January 1 when the ball drops and it's a new year and people are just burying 2020. You want to be the first person that comes to mind. And that's why our business is going to absolutely explode this season coming up. And it's going to be just unlike any other one. Drop a 3 in the chat if you've been around for an explosion in this company, Q1. You know what it's like. You know what it's like, okay? Just think about that being double, triple, quadruple the amount that you're going to have this time around because of the, you know what, that 2020 was. So I'm excited for you guys. I already know who's coming with me. They're in my inbox daily, and I'm just welcoming all the other people that are coming in. And I just have to shout out Medina with the helmet. I love you, and I want to get to know you. That's it. Goodbye.
Diana, she's the best with the helmet, girl. Y'all, I'm hype. Okay, Rachel, girl, take it away.
Hey guys, okay, I'm just lit. I'm shaky, I'm clammy, I'm hot, but I'm cold. It doesn't make sense. All I feel in my head is thunder. Feel the thunder. Like I've just been saying it and I'm like, let's get ready to rumble. I'm literally my own hype. My kids are sleeping. I don't even care. My chest is beating. I am lit for this, you guys. I feel so excited. And so here's the thing, there's 500 people on here. Some of you guys snuck on. I'm a little disappointed. A lot of my team couldn't get on, but if you got on, you got on. But you guys, this is huge. There's 500 people on. We maxed out at 500. You're on here for a reason. And I know there is a variety of you on. Some of you are brand spanking new. Some of you have been around the block a few times. I have been in this business for over 6 years now, and I have never felt what's going on right now ever. And we're in the middle of a freaking pandemic. Weird, right? Big things are coming, you guys. And so here's what I want to say. I want to go over a couple things. I have numbers as well. I made my numbers be a little bit different so that those of you guys that like, you want to dream big, but you're still just like, oh, I'm only beginning. It's really hard for me to fathom $30,000 checks. So I'm going to give you guys numbers towards the end, but I wanted to talk about leadership real quick. And if you were on my little diamond chat, 18 of my girls were on, so they're going to hear it again, but they're only 18 on here. And the rest of you guys need to hear this. Let's talk about leadership. If you have one person on your team, you're a leader. You need to get your mindset straight with that going into 2021, or you will be behind right out the gate, you guys. You have got to get it together. Okay, so leadership, there's a bunch of different freaking definitions for leadership, but let's talk about something I heard from a podcast tonight. Leadership is the transfer of belief. Okay, so let's say you're on here and you have at least one person on. You're a leader. You're a leader. But if you don't believe in yourself, how can you fulfill this definition of transferring belief to others when you don't even believe in yourself? So step one is leaving the BS tonight. Like, we're going to bed and we're going to drop it. We're going to leave, like Kim said, I think Kim or Kelsey, we're all probably going to say the same thing. We need to leave what happened last night, like last night, right? We need to leave what happened in April, you guys. It's not affecting where we are today. Well, kind of. This world was a little bit whack, but we need to drop it, and we need to go to bed tonight and drop all disbelief. If you're someone on here that isn't believing in this company, or you're not even believing in your checks, or you're not believing in yourself, and we need to wake up tomorrow, a new day, and maybe you're BSing and you're like, I don't know how, but I believe. There's a difference when you don't believe in yourself, you guys. You work different, you talk different, you post different, and you're a different leader. Whether you are BSing your team or not, people feel it, you guys. I've seen it happen because I've done it myself. So you cannot transfer your belief into your team if you don't even have the belief for yourself. Starts there, right? And then on top of it, you guys, I want you to really, 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 like Kim said, figure out who's coming with you. Okay, we need to drop what happened this year. Some of us need to apologize to our team and ourselves and maybe our families. I know not everybody had a high. I personally had the best business year I've ever had, which sounds really great, but then I wasn't able to connect the people that got hit in ways that I can't even imagine, you guys. So we're all here trying to figure out how we're going to make it out alive, okay? But you have got to be excited. I am so freaking giddy at the fact that they're bringing out announcements before the end of the year. They're like, we're not meeting in person on conference, so like, let's not waste time. I'm here for it, you guys. So I need you guys to start with that belief level, okay? And then here's something that I heard from that same podcast. I'm a fast talker because we got a good lineup, okay? So hang with me, get close. But I want us to think about this. I want us to think, because around this time is when we start dreaming for 2021. We start our New Year's resolutions, we start our dream boards, we start all the things, and we're thinking 6 months ahead, a year ahead, and that's great. I want you to do that. But think about sometimes how defeating it is to think about a year from now when we're not even in a good place where we're at right now, right? So I heard this on the podcast, and he specifically said, instead of thinking about the future, do that. That's great, awesome. But let's take it down a notch and let's think about just getting one win today. And then we wake up tomorrow and we get one win tomorrow. That is going to attract an abundant amount instead of just thinking about 6 months from now when you want to make $10,000 a month and you're only making $200 a month now. I want you to have those dreams and those beliefs. I think it's great to have those big, audacious, like, I want to be a black diamond. Don't know how the how that's gonna happen, but like we have all those things, but we also need something to give us that extra pep in our step every single day, because you guys, the fact of the matter is, like I said, it's been a great year, but this is the time where we're whooped. And like I said, we're just trying to get out alive here, you guys. You cannot slow down. So instead of thinking about 2021 and making $50 bajillion a month and all of the things that are probably like on our dream board, super big, but you don't know how it's going to happen, let's think about just getting one win tonight. And then tomorrow we have all day to get one win. Whatever that means, you guys, that doesn't just mean an enrollment. It means, did you do 5 coaching calls? Did you bring 5 people in? What was it, you guys? Figure out that win today, okay? And then I want to give you guys numbers, and then I want to share just 1 minute of the podcast I listened to, because he gave an amazing analogy and it just got me litty. But I want to give you guys an analogy. So we're 5, Morgan is an ambassador. Let's call her ambassador. 5 ambassadors leading this. She's any day now, Morgan. I know she's fighting so freaking hard. 5 ambassadors are leading, you guys. When we hit ambassador at the top of the company, you get to turn around and you get to build a 2.0. So a lot of you hear that 2.0. Okay, so I want to talk to you about my 2.0, and I want to be really recent and talk about last year at this time. You guys, in December of 2019, I specifically, Shay gave us homework and I did not cheat. I literally went to my back office. I wrote down to show you guys. So in December of 2019, everyone's doing their dream boards, everyone's dreaming big, and I'm looking left and right at the people that went ambassador in 2019 and what were their goals. Because you guys, my 2.0 was a Ruby. My 2.0 was a Ruby with 4,500 GV. And so here I am, I'm an ambassador 1.0, but that's not my focus. Now I'm rebuilding again. So I'm a brand new distributor as a Ruby in December, thinking about what I want to accomplish in 2020. And I'm like, I can't even physically fathom Diamond, because I don't have people on my team it's not a Diamond team, you know? And so here I am in December, like, I don't know what to do, but I see all my peers that went ambassador last year say triple 2.0. So I wrote triple 2.0 on my dream board, like laughing, like, no idea what's gonna happen, but everyone else is doing it. So I might as well say that too, because I whatever. But here I am as a Ruby, and I don't even see how it's going to happen, but I still believed in myself, you guys. I just couldn't visualize the people that were going to be in my path. So you guys, this kind of goes along with the belief level. If you guys can't see that end goal for yourself, you're never going to have the people placed in your path to get you there, you guys. So it was scary for me. It was so stinking scary, because I was like, I don't want to be the loser that falls short. Everyone's 2.0's thriving, and here I am, and I can't even get past Ruby, right? Well, I was so freaking ready to go. I had my dreams. I had my vision. I only had a couple people on my 2.0 that were really willing to work. And I had a system. I had a game plan. I had the excitement. Didn't know who was coming, and I couldn't even fathom going triple, but I had the excitement for that journey to get there. And what do you know? Here comes all these people that God starts placing in my path, because I did all of the other things surrounding. It's kind of like the Zoom that I did for a couple people on here for their team. I talked about, you know, a lot of us are mass rolling with TikTok right now. I signed 50 DTs last month, 30 this month. That's nothing compared to the other people. But for me, it was so crazy. But before I signed all those people, I had to get a newbie system. I had to plan my schedule with Zach. I had to prepare for the boom before the boom came. Okay, so I was Ruby in December, and my check was $377, my 2.0. That's what we're talking about, my 2.0. 4,500 GV, $377. And in January, what do you know? God bless me. I went Diamond. So here I go from Ruby to Diamond in 1 month, and my volume was 9,500, and my check went up to $972. And then the next month in February, my volume went from 9,500 to 18,900, so it more than doubled. And my check went up to $3,000 a month. And then in March, my volume doubled again, and now it's over 30,000 GV, and my check is $5,000. This is my 2.0. And then in April, I went triple diamond, you guys. So here I am in December of this time right here at the end, feeling like I'm a freaking Ruby, no idea how I'm going to do it, but I want it so damn bad. And then I go diamond, double. I take a freaking month to build even stronger, and I go triple that 4th month, you guys. And I was set up to go freaking Prez. Should have gone, but life had other plans. You guys, the boom is here if you create it. And so we have Mark on our side. We have everything aligned. You're the missing piece. So you got to get it together. Let me play this real quick, and then I'll pass the mic here. But this was so good. I'm not even going to screen share. You're just going to listen to his voice. It's just 1 minute.
Had a vision for it immediately as Dabo was telling me about it. And it's really simple. When you put a carrot into boiling hot water, what happens with the carrot? It gets softened. It gets weakened by its environment. You put an egg into boiling hot water, what happens to the egg? It gets hardened, right? And so we can be like the carrot when we are dealing with hot water, difficult situations, tough circumstances, like we're dealing with right now. We can crumble from the inside out. We can allow the fear, the anxiety, the stress to get the best of us. Or we can become hardened, bitter, angry, frustrated, where we just don't care anymore. And a lot of people right now are just saying, I don't care, but they're just angry. So we can be like both. We don't want to be like either, though. What we want to be like is the coffee bean. You put that coffee bean into boiling hot water, what happens? It transforms the water into coffee. It transforms the environment. It's not impacted by its environment. Instead, it transforms its environment. And that is our opportunity. That is our power. That is our charge every day. As positive leaders, as positive teammates, we can impact the environments we're in. We don't have to be the victim of our circumstance. I know you teach a lot about this, and I love the way you teach it. We can actually transform our situation, transform our environment. And in doing so, that's how we're going to impact the world. Pessimist.
So good, right, you guys? I love you. I know I jumped from topic to topic, you guys, but this is the time. And like I said, it's been over 6 years, and I've never, even in the midst of a pandemic, even in the midst of people just, like I said, are just trying to get out alive. We are ahead, you guys. So it's either like, I'm just going to say it, it's like shit or get off the pot. You will be left behind if you do not get your mind and your heart right. And now's the time to do it.
So good. Okay, Morgan. You're in the game now. It's your play.
What up, guys? I'm so excited. This is going to be so good. Oh my gosh. This whole week, dude, I am so hyped. By the way, if you hopped on late, I'm a big fan of repeating everything over and over again. If you hopped on late, we're doing this every single day this week. So tomorrow night, same time, same place, we are doing this again. So please make sure you keep showing up. And if you or somebody, well, I guess I was going to say if you didn't get a spot on, but obviously you're here. But if someone you know didn't get a spot on, make sure that they get on earlier the next few days. But I'm so excited. So my name is Morgan, and I am going to actually just start with the numbers and then kind of go from there. So I'm going to throw it all the way back to 2016. And what's unfortunate is that some of y'all were like 16 or 15 years old whenever this happened, but I was in this business. And so the whole year of 2016, I was a diamond rank. Okay, so when you look at diamond, that's for some people a full-time income, and for me, that's what that was. And so I had quit all my jobs, and there was no like, we fall down and we like have to go get another job. Like, I was determined to make it work. So I was maintaining diamond by the skin of my teeth. Okay, so December, or actually let's do November because we're in November, and my volume actually went up in December, which we'll talk about in just a second, but my volume in November was 10,650. Okay, so whenever I say I was maintaining diamond, it wasn't like Kelsey over here with 34,000 volume as a diamond or whatever it was, you know, which is great and fantastic. That wasn't me. That's really never been my story yet, but it will be. But 10,650 in volume. Like, that's not very much. My paycheck was $2,191. Okay, if y'all want to write that down. So in this season of my life and in this part of my business, I had zero belief. Okay, here's why. I joined this business for $100 a month. I just wanted to make a little bit of money for gas and groceries. So I just wanted to make $100 a month. So whenever I started to like see that happen, I was like, okay, now I can go Ruby. You know, like I believe I can make, you know, $300, $500 a month. And that belief grew a little bit. And then whenever I was getting to Ruby, I was like, maybe I can actually go diamond. Like maybe I could replace my full-time income and quit these 2 jobs that I absolutely hate. And so I was like, okay, like let me try to do that. And I did. I went diamond. But then I don't know what happened. I kind of let the enemy, you know, trickle in. I wasn't getting involved. I wasn't staying plugged in things like this. And I wasn't doing self-development. And I was believing all of these lies that, wow, you didn't even think you were going to get here. Whatever makes you think that you're going to get past this? And that's where I was. I had zero belief. I thought if I can't even go diamond, I thought I, you know, would never get there. What makes me think that I have the audacity to think that I could go double? Does anybody feel like that right now? Maybe wherever you are, whether you're maintaining your highest rank or not, hands up. Okay, cool. I felt like that too. And I think it's important to know that like, we're not top leaders because we haven't experienced this stuff. It's just because we just didn't stop when we did. Okay, so you can experience this stuff, just keep going. So that was me then. And I went to my first conference. Who has their conference ticket? Put a 1 in the chat if you got your conference ticket. If you don't, please go get your conference ticket. It's an absolute game changer. So we went to this conference. It wasn't digital, obviously, but this was 2017. We had conference in January, which we're doing this year. And my volume went, listen to this, before conference, my volume went from 10,650 in November all the way to 14,520 in January, which to some might not sound like a big jump, but that's pretty big. Like that's like at this point with the new charts almost going double, right? So I am right there at that volume and I am hyped. And my paycheck is 2,750. Okay. So I go to conference and I finally get this belief in myself that, hey, I can go double, you know, and I finally believed in myself for the first time. And it changed, somebody said this earlier, it changed the way I showed up. It changed the way I posted. It changed the way I talked to my team. It changed the way I was helping my new distributors. And so I got my chart out. Shocker, when you get your chart out, things start to kind of come together for you. So if you have a chart out, put a 2 in the chat. I can't tell you how many times this week I've asked people for a chart and they're like, oh, okay, give me 3 to 5 business days. And I'm like, bro, you should have this already made right now. So if you don't have your chart, do get that out. Okay, so I got my chart out. Things started to come together. February, I was still a diamond. My paycheck was $4,000 because I had a lot of cabs and a lot of their leadership bonuses. We won't talk about that. Then in March, I promoted to double diamond on the 25th of the month. Literally all the orders ran through. I promoted 30,000 in volume. So my volume more than doubled from January to March. My paycheck went from $2,700 to $6,315. Okay. Then I kept pushing because I finally held on to that belief that I got at conference. And I said, dude, I'm not doing that again. I'm going to learn from my mistakes and I'm not going to shoot myself down for triple. So I'm going to go for triple. So I kept pushing. And so in April, I was still a double diamond, but I was making $8,299. And then in May, I promoted to triple diamond. And my first triple diamond paycheck was my first ever 5-figure paycheck. And it was $13,121. Guys, that's in May. Do you remember what I made in January? $2,700. And now I'm making $13,120. Get this. Just a few months later in July, I went from $2,000 a month with about 10,000 in volume. Okay. 10,000, 2,000. Now we're in July of 2017. My volume was 68,796. And my paycheck was $20,350. I added a whole 0 behind that paycheck. Like, dude, that's why you don't stop. That's why you work when you don't see it paying off. We're going to talk about that in a second. Really quick, I'm going to do this like super duper fast. I want y'all to throw some dates out that have happened this year. I don't care what day it is, but it can't be a date in the future, just a date in the past, sometime in 2020. Give me some dates real quick. Any date. Just give me like January 5th. Okay. I'm going to pick random ones and I have a planner where I keep track of the people that I talk to every day. So I'm going to pick a random date and I'm going to scroll to that date and show you that I talked to somebody that day. Okay. I saw October 3rd. Y'all are going really fast. Okay. October 3rd. That was my Sabbath, but that was flowing over from the 4th. Okay, so I took my Sabbath on the 3rd because that's a Saturday, but here's my Sunday, so we'll just go with the 4th. March 30th. Okay, March 30th, let's see. Really quick, sorry, this actually takes a long time. Okay, March 30th. This is April, but it is March 30th. March 30th, talk to people, boom. May 12th.
Hey, Morgan, can you explain too, like what names you write down? Because that's not just the names of the people that you've messaged.
Correct. Yeah. So it's anybody who responds back to me, anybody who I message and they say something back to me, I screenshot their name. So I go through my phone, like photo library every single night before I go to bed and I write down the names of the people. Can y'all see the smoke from my candle? My candle just blew itself.
She's so hot. She's smoking.
I'm smoking over here, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. So whenever they respond back to me, I screenshot it and I write it down. So that this is literally people who are actually interested in the products or the business. Okay. So somebody said May 12th. That's May 12th. I mean, and I'll just do this to make it quick. Honestly, what I'm trying to show you is that I'm consistent, because here's the deal. Besides my Sabbath, you're not going to find a day where I'm not doing the work. Okay. So I know it might sound cool to be like, oh, 2,000 to 20,000, that me. Like, but are you willing to do the work that I did to go from 2,000 to 20,000? And here's the thing is, like, y'all are going to see it's all the glamour and what we're telling you about these paychecks. It sounds really cool. It sounds really fluffy and glamorous, but what you don't see is the day-to-day things that we do. We wake up early when we don't want to. We throw our hair up in a messy bun and FaceTime all these new distributors who are like, that's not who I signed up with, and they feel like they got catfish, right? Because we're talking to them about the business and teaching them how to do what we do, and we're getting the things done. We're showing up. We're doing the TikToks when we don't want to. We're doing stuff when we're laid up in bed because we're sick, and we show up anyways. And so it's not that every single day is great, and it's not that every single day I felt like I was moving forward. It's just that overall I moved forward because I didn't stop. So it's not every single day that you're going to feel great, but you show up anyways. Whenever you do, you're going to see that work pay off over time. So eSuite, especially right now, is not going to reflect in the work that you're doing. Who feels like they're putting in a lot more work and don't see that if they log into eSuite right now? You know, you've been in for a month or two and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm putting in all this work and talking to all these people, but I don't see that in my paycheck. It's not reflecting in my volume. That's okay. What I want you to understand is that if you stop right now, somebody's going to harvest the seeds that you planted, and it'll probably be me. If you don't do it, I'm going to. So you better stick around so that you can go harvest the seeds, because you did all the work. You might as well do all the work for yourself, because you're doing the work for somebody. If you don't get them, somebody's going to, because like somebody said, come the beginning of the year, they're going to have goals. They're going to want to join this business, or they're going to want to get healthier, and they're going to come find somebody. And I can't tell you how many people have quit this business and sent me their potentials. And I'm like, you should have just kept going, and you would have been able to sow those seeds. So there's two types of people, and I'll make this quick. I promise. I know I'm looking at the time. Okay. There's two types of people. There is somebody on here who has never seen a fourth quarter before. You've never gone through a winter season in this business. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. There are some people who have been through a fourth quarter before. This is not your first rodeo. Put a 2 in the chat if you've been here for at least last year. Here's what I want you to realize. The people who you've never been through this first winter season, I saw people join in March, April, May, and they went diamond in like 30 days, okay? And that was not my story by any means, but what I'm saying is that it can happen. And also, those people promoted that quickly, having 0 seeds planted. So what I want to challenge you to do is, if you felt like this year went awesome for you, at the very beginning, when you first got started, you were killing it, all this stuff, and now you don't necessarily feel that, I want you to realize how much different, if you thought this year was great and you weren't even here last winter, how much better next year is going to be when you will come into the beginning of the year with all those seeds planted. You have a leg up on yourself from last year. So if you killed it last year, you're going to double kill it this year, but you have to stick around to see that, and you have to continue to put in the work, even when it doesn't feel good, even whenever you don't see the benefits of it in that moment. And that's whenever you find that grit. And that's what you see in all of these leaders. Okay, so I'm just going to skip over my story, but things can change super quickly. There are people on your team, guys, who right now you're like, oh my gosh, there's nobody working, but you have no idea how many sleeping giants that you have on your team. Don't give up on them. Macy is one of my triple diamonds. She's going presidential. She was a 400 box on my double diamond chart. She wasn't doing the things that she wasn't doing the things now that she wasn't doing the same thing back then. She was one of those people that was just kind of chilling for a little bit, and then all of a sudden took off, and it was absolutely nuts. And then there are some people who are going to join your business tomorrow who might be the presidential for your ambassador team. I think about Kim and her girl, Brianna, I think. And, you know, she was the presidential for her ambassador, and she was like, underneath all these people, you just never know. So you might as well hope for the best. You might as well think, oh, my next rock star is signing up tomorrow. Oh, my people that are on my dream team, they're here and they're just waiting to wake up, and I'm going to be here when they do, and I'm going to love on them until they do. So Kelsey talks a little bit about this too, like being overwhelmed. I feel really overwhelmed right now. I texted Shay, I was like, how do you not feel overwhelmed? She's like, I've cried so many times this month because we just have so much going on. But Kelsey said it the other day. She said, what's the opposite of overwhelmed? Underwhelmed. Do you ever want to be underwhelmed in your business? No, I choose overwhelmed every single day. So keep working hard. Don't do it to where you can manage it. Don't hold yourself back because you're afraid that you're going to be too busy. Good. Because what you're doing now might not be working if you don't feel like you're very busy. Do the next right thing. How do you do this? How do you continue to move forward when you feel like you don't know what to do for charts? You don't know what to do with, whatever. You just do the next right thing. What's the next right thing that you can do? Do that. The next TikTok, the next whatever it is, the next coaching call that you can do with your teammates, do that. And you're going to be working towards your goals, not away from them. And the last thing I'll say is a quote from Mark Pentecost that he did on a Zoom that we all were on that kind of inspired this. And he said, champions are created on the off season. The best conditioned team wins. So my question is, are you going to be the best conditioned team? This is your off season. Don't wait till you're in the game to start learning how to play. That's all I got.
Freaking-men. And I brought out my pom-poms, y'all, because I'm ready to go. And I had to share it with y'all. Give me an I. Give me a W. Give me a G. Give me IWG. Woo! Okay, I had to relive my glory moment from pulling this out of my attic, y'all. But, y'all, I want to know in the comments if you joined in, not just this year, any year, if you joined in October, September, November, or December. Those last 4 months of the year, I definitely said those out of order, but the last 4 months of the year, if you join anytime, look at this, guys. Look at the chat. Look at it. Keep your eye on it. It's still blowing up. Look at that. That is why we are doing this. You want to know when I enrolled? December 21st, 2016. Did any of y'all want to enroll a Cheyenne Knox? Anybody? I'm here to tell you that the best people enroll right now, and you have people in your downline that you enrolled that are going to be ambassador on your team. But just because they're not doing anything right now doesn't mean they're not going to, because guys, what happens when you're in a fire? When you put a black coal in a fire pit, what's going to happen? It's going to turn blazing red because it is on freaking fire from its environment. Just like what Rachel Jones talked about on that podcast. When you put something in an environment, you're either going to mold it or you're going to mold to it. And so if you put your team in an environment right now, what environment are you creating for your downline? Is your team chat dead? Go find new people and recreate what your energy is going to be like the moment that they get into your system. I'm going to tell you what, okay? When I enrolled in this business, December 21st, 2016, I was 18 years old and I was still in high school. Everyone I knew was broker than a joke. Nobody had money. I had no clue what I was doing. I was complete ignorance on fire, and I joined when no one else was doing anything. Nobody was promoting, no excitement was happening, but I was excited because I was new and I was broke and I had 20 cents in my bank account. How many of y'all were like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here to make some money because I am broker than a joke? Okay, that was me. And 5 months into the business, I saw a comma in my paycheck and I was making a full-time income 3 days after I graduated high school. And I didn't know anybody else that was promoting around me because I created my own energy and my own fire. Okay, and that was 5 months into the business. And I went from that next year, okay, so that year was a really hard year for me. I went diamond. I lost a big chunk of my team. I didn't have a lot of people to work with. And that end of the year, so December, okay, guys, I need y'all to zone back in. We're almost done. But that December, the very end of the year, I was maintaining executive as a diamond, and my paycheck was $197, okay, December. That next month, I maintained Ruby, it was $497. The next month, it was $2,786. The next month, I went double diamond 30 days later after my first conference in a boom season. My paycheck was almost $6,000, but I'm about to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? I remember sitting at the top of conference in section 204, bawling my eyes out. They announced all these bonuses. I saw all these people sitting on stage, and for the first time in my life, I believed in myself. For the first time. You want to know why? Because I saw other people saying that they came from this to that. They went from broke to broken to rich. They went from all these things that they went through to top income earners and top leaders in our company. And I said, you know what? For the first time in my life, I'm not going to count myself out. 30 days later, I went triple diamond, making us almost $16,000 paycheck at 19 years old. And 90 days right after that, 8 months from the beginning of the year when my paycheck was $197, it was $24,651. 8 months after seeing a $197 paycheck. I had just turned 20 years old, and I realized I too can do anything that I freaking set my mind to do. And that was because, you know what I didn't do at conference when I could have? Is I didn't count myself out. I did not count myself out. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing that somebody said on a Zoom, and I don't know, I wish I could give them credit, but guys, listen, write this down. The bottom is crowded. The bottom is crowded in society, in this business, in this world, in every scenario that you are in. People want to be lazy. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to be top 1%ers. They want to make excuses. They don't want to show up. How many people do you think saw this Zoom graphic and didn't get on? A lot of freaking people. We're all almost ambassadors on here. Morgan's ambassador, we already declared it. All 5 ambassador teams, and you made it on here. And there's a reason for that. And I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a part of the top 1%, the bottom's already crowded, so you may as well get on up there. You may as well take the things that we're doing and telling you to do, because at one point we were at the bottom. We started with 0 PPV. Our paychecks were, my first paycheck was $17. I couldn't even get it. It wouldn't even buy my Taco Bell meal, okay? I couldn't even fill up half a tank of gas with my first paycheck. But I took that paycheck and I grew it. I've lost a lot of team. I've had a lot of people tell me that this wasn't gonna work. I had just about every single person in high school tell me that this was a scam. You're so stupid, you're not gonna be successful, as I'm sitting in the house that I paid for from this business. As I'm sitting as the youngest top income earner in the company of when they told me I never succeeded. And so I'm here to tell you, if you're on here and you're new, or you're feeling defeated, or you feel like the work you've been doing hasn't been paying off, you have no idea. What if 8 months from now, your paycheck was $24,000? What if in just 90 days from now, let's tone it down, because if somebody would have said, hey, you're going to see that big of a paycheck, I would have said, ha, funny joke, that's great. That was more than my family made in a year growing up. And I was making that in a month. And that wasn't because I said, I'm not going to do this. I can't do this. This is too hard. I'm going to not get on that Zoom. Y'all, I would get on the Zooms at work in the drink closet. I would hide myself in the drink closet in the bathroom to get on Zooms and to plug in. It wasn't easy. And did I cry? Yeah. And what Morgan just said, like, I've cried a lot this month, but I'd rather be overwhelmed than underwhelmed, just like she said. And that's what I was going to say. I'd rather have a abundantly overflowing business that I can't control than a business that nobody wants to talk to me and no one's buying and nobody seems excited and nobody's showing up. Pick your hard. And so I want to say this too, guys, you know, this year, April of 2019, so a year ago, I declared ambassador for the very first time. And was I ready for it? No, I declared it because everyone else is going ambassador and I wanted to do it, but I wasn't ready. And 365 days later, I went ambassador diamond. Exactly 365 days later from the first time that I declared it. That was a major dream delay. That was a year of me having to be patient and me persevere and me look at the first ambassador team that I thought I was going to promote with and looking at the second one that I did promote with. It was entirely different. The teams were different. My mind was different. Who I was, the leader was different. And that month, I started out, you know, December. Let's go back to December. This is the last numbers you're going to get for the night. But December, I was barely holding on to triple diamond by 400 GB. That's nothing, guys. Absolutely nothing. I was barely hanging on to that. And within, you know, January to April, by April, I was ambassador diamond. And I remember going into conference feeling the most unprepared I'd ever felt in my entire business, because I didn't have a lot of strong leaders at that point. A lot of people had slowed down. My paychecks were awful. They were so awful. And I was so discouraged. And I was like, he's going to announce a bonus at this conference and I'm not going to be ready for it. I'm not going to be ready. And little did I know that a couple months later, God was going to say, you were patient. You planted those seeds. You worked hard. You did the things. And you showed up, and here is your miracle. Here is the thing that you've been asking for. And so, guys, I want y'all to end this out. I want everybody to close their eyes. And I'm looking at you, so don't stand there and stare at me. Close your eyes. And I want you to lean into the screen. I want you to imagine the biggest dream that you can even possibly think of. I don't care if it's a promotion in this business, if it's a paycheck, or if it's something in your personal life that you want so badly, a home for your family, a car that functions, to be able to have a thriving bank account. If it's a certain number, think of the one thing that you want so freaking badly. And I want you to think about what you're going to do over this next 30 days. What is your life going to look like? Are you going to be planting seeds? Are you going to be showing up to Zoom trainings? Are you going to be texting your upline, blowing them up? And I want you to think about the end of this year. It's January 1st. It's New Year's, okay? and you're starting to getting messages from people, and you're starting to see these numbers start going up, and you've thought about all the things that you've been doing, and you're thinking about the Zoom that you were on, how do you feel? What are the things that you're feeling that it's January 1st and you're so freaking excited for what's happening in your business and in your life? And for the first time, you're going to start seeing all of these seeds start being planted. And I want you to think about, are you happy? Are you excited? Are you emotional? Are you tired? Are you ready to go? Are you feeling like you did an hour ago when you get on this Zoom? And I want you to think about, let's think if it's a promotion, okay? You open your eSuite, you're logging in, you're clicking your distributor ID, and you open volume total by distributor, and right below your name, it says diamond. It says double diamond. It says presidential freaking diamond. It says ambassador diamond. And let's say 8 days later on the 8th of the month, you open that commissions paycheck, and what do you see? What is that paycheck? How do you feel? I want you to feel exactly what it's going to feel like when you open that paycheck, and every bit of the work that you have put in now is what you're seeing on that paycheck. It's your report card. Are you going to be happy with it, or are you going to be upset with the way that you've been working your business now? Are you going to be over the moon because you saw a paycheck you've been praying for and you've been hustling for and you've been working for? Are you going to open that and say, dang it, I wish on Sunday at 9 Central Standard Time, November 29th, I would have listened to those 5 crazy girls that were hyping uniforms on that Zoom tell me to get my ish together. What are you going to feel? And I want you to open your eyes. You have the exact same opportunity that every single top leader in this company has. You want to know what? A year ago, I would have never pushed for a premier event that was a top 25 income earning event in my life. And that's been one of the most eye-opening things for me this month, is seeing things that I would have never thought that I'd count myself in for. Stop counting yourself out. There are so many things in your life, so many distractions, so many people, so many things that are going to happen that, they don't believe in you or they don't see the same vision. Don't be the one that doesn't believe in yourself first. And something that one of my double diamonds, Samantha, says all the time is, guys, did you believe in the tooth fairy when you were little? Did you believe in Santa Claus? Did you believe in Peter Pan? And you loved all these, fake characters, and you can't even believe in yourself? Get your dadgum chart out. Get off this Zoom and go text your upline and say, what do I need to do to be the next diamond leader on your team? What do I need to do to get X, Y, Z? What do I need to do to see a paycheck like this? And what can I do to take everything from this Zoom and start putting it into action? Because guys, if you talk to 30 people every single day, you will end up talking to 900 people by the end of the year. If you go and talk to 60 people every single day, that turns into 1,800 people. And what does that mean by the beginning of the year? If you just get 10% of those numbers, that's 90 customers and distributors, or 180 customers and distributors. If you just got 10% of the numbers that you plant. And so I want you to get out there and talk to as many freaking people as you can, because everybody needs this business and everybody needs these products. And I want you to run through the end of the year like your hair is on fire, like Pam always says, because you know what? You freaking deserve it. That's why. You deserve everything that you want. And for once, stop counting yourself out from the things that you could have already had, because I can tell you for one thing that all of us that spoke to you tonight on our Zoom, it's not that we're sharing all these things because we haven't had hard times and we haven't struggled and we haven't missed goals and we haven't been overwhelmed or cried because we're stressed out or had people quit or missed, certain promotions. It's because we got up every freaking time. Every time. And so push through the end of this year, guys. Take everything that you took from this Zoom. I am so freaking happy for y'all and excited for you for showing up for this. And I am sad that everyone missed out. If you are not on our team, make sure that you watch the recording and save the room for our team for the rest of the week. And guys, I'm really excited for you. I'm really, really pumped. And does any of y'all have anything last minute that you want to share? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Let's go.
Woo! Bye, guys. I love y'all.